Hi Ragini, how Nelly? Hi Daksha. Hi Auntie Rooks. Hi Roshni. Hi Lucille. I'm just waiting for my guest, and I think she's here. So while she's connecting, hi Farzana.
Hi. Oh my word, the lighting is very dark. Let me move to a better place. I think this is much better.
Yes, otherwise I'll be looking like I'm in the sunlight and you in the moonlight.
Oh my word. Okay, I
Okay,
think this is a bit better.
thank you so much
Okay.
for accepting my invitation. I just want to say good evening to everyone. I'm sure you're going to have quite an informative session with Farzana Mayet. A lot of people know who Farzana is because she appreciates and recognizes women and men now across the globe. Many see a job well done, but few come forward with appreciation. So I was fortunate enough to receive the Women of Wonder Awards in 2016 on this very day 4 years ago. I mean, Farzana, in my wildest dreams, I never knew that. And it's just when the Facebook memory came onto the, and I said, but that was 4 years ago on this very day. And I was wearing a red dress. So,
That is so
Farzana,
amazing. And first and foremost, Shamila, before you go ahead, I'd like to congratulate you on the inception of something so wonderful. The Red Room Chat, no doubt, is going to be something totally amazing. And I know you're going to have many amazing ladies on this platform to uplift others as well. And that's what it's all about, women empowering other women. So, on that note, my darling, a heartiest congratulations to you, first and foremost, for this amazing platform. And I'm honored to be one of your first guests.
you are the very first. Actually, I did a trial run the other day with Daksha, and it was very pretty casual. I just say the Red Corner Chat is a casual chat. I just want people to be themselves, and they just come out and share their stories and just inspire others. Because I think there's so many people that have wonderful stories to tell, and we all can learn from each other. So,
No, most
Farzana, a
definitely.
real trailblazer that's instrumental in phenomenal work, not only to empower men and women globally, but also to recognize them for their contribution across the various fields. And I always wondered when I first received my Women of Wonder award. I was one of the 100 special people on that night, and you had, I think, I'm not sure if it was 500 or 1,000 people.
It was 1,000 people, Shamila. You're so right. And it just grew so phenomenally over the years. So yeah, I know, like yourself, many women that received the award then, it was fairly new. We were in our second year since inception, and many ladies thought that this was a hoax. You know, they thought, okay, I'm receiving this, but why is this a hoax? Or, you know, do I have to pay something in? And like, only once we said that, look, you are a recipient, you are being awarded for the work that you're doing. And, you know, with our auditors auditing what the ladies are doing and the hard work that they're doing towards this, then only did the ladies then respond and warm up to it. But initially it was, you know, it wasn't, you know, I don't know how to explain to you the way it's grown in leaps and bounds. And I mean, 1,000 people from inception to get 1,000 people, you know, to be nominated was something amazing. Because like I
Wow.
said, you know, on the email to all our recipients then, I mean, you were the hand chosen that were amongst the very few that we could award on the night. So it was something totally amazing.
Wow, that is incredible. And you know, the first time that I went, it was the first time that I went onto a stage where there were so many people that attended, and I was like so overwhelmed. I don't know if you remember what I actually said to you, Farzana, do I really need to say something on that night?
I remember. I so clearly remember what you said. Do I really have to? And I said, no, this is your night, Shamila. You've got to say, this is a night dedicated to you and your hard work. You've got to speak your heart out, because that's what it's about. We need to celebrate you and your success on the evening.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. But tonight is not about me. It's about you because you have such an incredible life, you know, being a mother, a wife, a global brand. We want to know, and I think the rest of the people want to know, who is Farzana?
Okay, so Farzana is a mom, like you said, a mom, a wife, a daughter. But most importantly, Farzana is a woman that has not been, and I'd like to say this on your open platform. You know, I was not as fortunate as some of the women are to be uplifted by another woman. I was uplifted and given the go ahead by men in my life, by phenomenal CEOs of different companies that saw what I could give back and they saw the worth of me. And so Farzana Mayet is that woman that was not uplifted by women, but she'd like to be that stepping stone to uplift others. That's
That's wonderful, Farzana. You know, yeah, and I always wondered, you know, with such having such big events, you actually don't charge anybody anything to attend the events. And I wondered, where does Farzana get the funding from? Because, you know, I mean, take us through your sponsors. I mean, I'm sure you have some sponsors that you want to recognize here today.
Yes, of course, most definitely. You know, when we have, with regards to the Women of Wonder, if it's not a competitive event, and the ladies like with Durban and Cape Town and so forth, if it's not a competitive event, obviously we tell the ladies that please, if you prefer to sit with your family on the night, then obviously you'd have to purchase your ticket. But if you want to sit alone, your ticket is absolutely free, like everywhere else. For the gala dinner, when we give the ladies an option, obviously that, like you said, it's absolutely free for the ladies to attend. And I'd like to, on that note, thank my wonderful sponsors who over the years have sponsored, you know, the awards, the ladies to be, for their dinners to be free, for the gala dinner to be free. I'd like to thank Shiraz Otto, one of my very, very first sponsors that came on board and said to me, you know, this is such a wonderful concept. The late Mr. Shiraz Dawood, he came on board and said, this is such a wonderful concept. I would love to be a part of it. And from the second year, Shamila, up until this day, Trade Route Mall has been one of my biggest sponsors. So on that note, they have sponsored many of my events. We formed such a great bond with the management and team. So I'd like to thank Mr. Yasin Valley and his wonderful family as well. For from the second year up until this day, they sponsored all the Women of Wonder Awards in Johannesburg. And I'd like to thank Infinity as well for coming on board and being one of our partners in for our various projects of the Women of Wonder, Esquire Technologies as well. You know, without these phenomenal people, we wouldn't be able to award and recognize the men and women in our society. So I'd like to take this opportunity, and I think it's only befitting to thank them.
That's wonderful, Farzana. You know, some of your sponsors have sponsored my journey as well. You know, the Mrs. Johannesburg pageant, Esquire Ascar, for
Really?
example. So, you know, it's amazing how people come on board and they know that women are doing good work and they want to elevate them as well. So thank you for that. You know, thank you to all the sponsors that actually come on board and help us women to achieve what we can. Farzana, this global brand panache, I know you're into events, it's entertainment where you bring amazing people into South Africa, and then you have the awards. What was the whole idea behind it, the strategy? How did that come into action, the birth of Panache?
All right, so the birth of Panache basically happened first and foremost, Shamila, with the passion of fundraising, believe it or not. So the passion of fundraising is what gave birth to Panache, because I felt, to give back. And we did quite a bit of fundraising in 2015, where we had fundraisers for children, we had fundraisers for various swim schools that needed to raise funds for their initiatives as well. And the last one that I did, the last fundraiser that I did, like in a full-fledged fundraiser, was whereby we donated money to Syria as well. So that happened, I think, in 2017. And from there, I went into comedies, and I had a comedy show. I know, everyone knows Bash with Tash. So I hosted my very first comedy show with Bash with Tash. And the rest, they say, is history. From there, we branched into international concerts, and we're doing, tribute concerts now. So we've really, really grown phenomenally.
That's wonderful. Talking about Bash for Tash, we acted in a movie together, which was supposed to be
Oh,
released now
wow.
in June, but it's only going to be released later on because of COVID. You know, COVID attacked all of us. And the movie is
Yeah.
called Who's My Daddy? So that's going to hit the big screen soon as well. So,
Oh, that's
Farzana,
amazing. Cannot wait for that.
tell me about your pet project. That's the Women of Wonder Awards. Maybe just tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so the Women of Wonder Awards was born with the ideology of awarding ordinary, extraordinary women making a difference in society. Shamila, no offense to our CEOs and MDs, they do phenomenal work, and in their own right, they deserve the recognition. But what about our ordinary, extraordinary women who are day in and day out doing such amazing work and not getting recognized? I used to get invitations to these awards, and I used to think to myself, what about women that are really making a difference every day? I mean, who is paying attention to them and who is recognizing their hard work? And thus I decided to incept and form the Women of Wonder Awards, which was born in 2015. And the rest, they say, is history. So a woman of wonder is definitely a woman that is a progressive thinker. She's a dynamic leader, a woman who continuously strives to make a difference in society. And most importantly, a woman who continues to inspire and empower. That is our woman of wonder. So that was formed in 2015. And in 2017, we took it to Durban. We then took it to Cape Town, and it grew to Mauritius. We then started
Okay,
our
we'll get to
international
that. We'll
tour.
get to that just now. We'll
Okay,
get to
all right,
that.
okay.
So, how many people have you awarded so far?
Wow, Shamila, 500 and over.
That is amazing. That's incredible. I think that's the biggest in South Africa, isn't it?
I think so, yes, it is. I mean, 500 women thus far we have awarded.
Wow, that is incredible, Farzana. Well done. Just tell me a little bit about the criteria. What sort of criteria do you use to choose? Because, I mean, I've seen you having the likes of Zuleka Mandela and Rosa van Niekerk and Dr. Sheena Ganesh and a whole spectrum of women, what criteria do you use to select these women?
All right, so like I mentioned previously, so the criteria is very much simple. For a woman of wonder, you've got to be the main criteria that we look at in our Women of Wonder International organization is that a woman of wonder is a progressive thinker. A woman of wonder you've got to be a dynamic leader. You've got to lead by example. A woman that continuously strives to make a difference in society. And most importantly, a woman that continues to inspire and empower other women. I think that's most important. That is one of our most important criteria that we have.
That is great. So do you actually use social media to search for women, or how is it? Is it because I know you don't have a nomination process?
No, we do. We've actually formed the nomination process in 2017.
Okay.
Like I said, from the time when you were awarded, it became too difficult to now, go in and research each person's profile per se and pass it through to the auditors. It became a very timiest expense, because then you have your awards in August, and then you'd obviously have to start doing your research from March already. So we've got the nomination, the forms, the nomination forms, and everything is done. And women have been nominating their ladies and sending us all the credentials, which makes it much more easier for us to do then the background checks.
Absolutely wonderful. So you've also, Farzana, you've created a Facebook page, and I see you've gone to over 20,000 women on the page. What was the thinking behind that?
Okay. All right. So the Women of Wonder Facebook group was conceptualized with the ideology of a unique and intimate sisterhood for women. So basically, Shamila, what happened is from last year onwards, I've been noticing I used to get a lot of inboxes from women who are going through personal issues. And they would ask for advice. Now, obviously, I'm not qualified in any way, obviously, and I wouldn't want to give them any wrong information. So I used to always ponder, and this has been the thought process from last year already, to form the group whereby experts can then assist these women that obviously would need the advice and the guidance and, just a general sisterhood to belong. So the Women of Wonder group was born on the 1st of June, 2020. Like you say, it's grown phenomenally. We're sitting at 20,000 people right now and growing.
That is incredible. Farzana, I need you to do some of my marketing.
Oh, definitely. That's a given. I mean, we have to support each other.
I'm just kidding, but you are doing such phenomenal work. I just want to find out, do you actually get any feedback from the women that you provide awards to? How do they feel about it after the event? What sort of feedback do you get in terms of your personal involvement in recognizing them, that sort of feeling? So I'm sure you probably get a lot of those. What actually stands
Oh
out
my
for
word.
you?
Oh, definitely. Shamila, after the awards, we get so many emails, and the emails actually go through our sponsors as well to thank them as well for being a part of such an amazing journey. So yes, once we awarded ladies, we had so many thank yous, but one really stood out for me, Shamila, is a lady that we awarded 2 years ago. And this woman she has a thriving business. You would never think that she was suffering from depression. She had a thriving business. I wouldn't like to disclose what business it is, but she actually brought me to tears because the day after the awards function, she emailed to say that she was going through such a rough patch in her life, such a rough patch, not financially, but battling with depression, battling with society shaming her because of her weight. And because of the WOW Awards, emailed me. I distinctly remember her emailing me before the event, and she said to me, "Can I please not have the opportunity to speak on stage? I really don't want to." And I said to her, "No, that's one of the prerequisites. As I said to you, you've got to speak on stage. This is your evening. We want to celebrate you." And she said when she went on the stage, Shamila, she felt so liberated. It was something that she's never experienced in her life before. And she would like to thank me from the bottom of her heart that I actually let her come out of her shell. And now she can focus so much more on her business because through the awards, she's now beginning to love herself.
That is wonderful. And I know recently you also had something in the group where somebody had taken a screenshot and sent it to someone's husband, and that
Oh,
woman
yeah.
got into trouble. Maybe you want to share some of that, because I think it's so important to actually share these stories, and it makes other people out there aware as to the wrongs that they are doing as well.
Yes, that was something really sad. It was something really sad that we had to go through. And as I mentioned on the group, I spent the entire night trying to sort out the issue with the lady because, as women, and the group is on private, Shamila, we'll never find the group being on a public group because we want what's said in the group to be kept in the group. As I said, we are a sisterhood, and sisterhood and a sister would keep your secrets. So whatever you feel to disclose on the group, please feel free. So this is what the lady did. And what's so sad is somebody actually, because they could not share her post, they then decided to screenshot it and send it to her husband. And what followed was really, really torment the entire night. I mean, he beat her up. He really abused her that night. And she messaged me saying, I mean, is this what I need to go through for bearing my heart out? I felt so good in such a long time. And for bearing my heart out, this is what happened to me. That night, I really broke down, Shamila. I couldn't handle it. And I couldn't believe that someone would do this to the next person. Those are the kind of things that we deal with as women. It's so sad. It's really sad.
that was very sad that night, because I know I think I also commented out of anger because I was so upset about it, because I can't believe that
Yes.
woman would actually do something like that. People like you go out and create these groups where you want to elevate and empower women, and you want them to have a voice and speak up. And then you get somebody that comes and takes a screenshot of the conversation and sends it to her husband. That wasn't right at all. So well done on that, Farzana, opening up that platform to give these women opportunities to actually share their stories, and also the inspirational quotations and all of that comes out of it. I really enjoy it, when I have the time to read.
I
But
think that is so important, Shamila.
yes, just to inspire other people. Farzana, just the man of valor, that actually intrigues me, because I know you were very into, recognizing women. And now we have the men. I mean, we can't single out the men. They're part of our lives. We have to include men in everything that we do, or most of the things that we do. Man of Valor Awards, how did that come about? Just take me through that a little bit.
Okay, so after the Woman of Wonder Award, speaking of emails, now we get emails from the husband saying, listen, I mean, you're making our wives feel so good about themselves. They can't stop smiling. I mean, when are you going to incept something that's going to award us men as well? I mean, there's a lot of men that are making a difference in society. Can something be done for the men as well? So lo and behold, in 2018, we decided to form the Men of Valor Awards. And that's basically recognizing, men who are leading trailblazers, that are really, really committed to the upliftment of society. So yeah, I think it's been amazing. The response has been amazing. And the men that we've awarded so far, they are totally, I'm totally in awe of some of the men. Their resilience, their strength, always we women want to shine through and say, we are strong, we can achieve anything. Yes, we can. But there's so many men out there, Shamila, that are doing such amazing work. And men often don't like to sing their own praises, but it's only on that platform you truly get to hear what they've overcome. And truly that moves me.
Yes, no, for sure. I believe that, you can't just single out women, recognizing men for doing very similar work to what we do in terms of community development, and just making a difference and an impact in, in the lives of other people. I think that is also important for them to be recognized. Farzana, your brand, it's now a global brand. Well done. I just want to find out, where have you reached to, countries where you are now, and how's this going to grow? Just a little bit about that.
Okay, so we've branched out into Mauritius, Dubai, and just this year, whilst lockdown was happening, we signed out to host the Women of Wonder and in the UK, as well as India. So I'm hoping to take throughout the world. I'm hoping to do that. But we need to recognize these individuals, and for me, being approached by these organizations to host it in their countries, it's really been amazing. The response has been amazing. It's totally phenomenal.
That is wonderful. Congratulations and well done. I mean, that is superb. Just taking it to different countries and engaging with other people. And there's so many different cultures out there, and there's so many people throughout the world that are doing phenomenal work. Being recognized in the various spheres of, the domains. Farzana, back to the real moment. Has affected all of us in business, in our personal lives, every single family. How has it impacted your business?
Oh, it really has. As tonight we speak, Light SA Red movement is taking place, which is awarding the amazing, which is really wanting to bring to forth the plight of the entertainment industry. So we've really taken a knock with the entertainment industry. And COVID-19, what has happened is in March, I was due to bring down, and the artist was signed up to come to South Africa. He was stopped at the airport due to having a fever. So he wasn't allowed to perform in the country due to having a fever, and he was stopped from coming into South Africa. So that really took a toll on our brands as well, because I mean, it's something that we don't expect. Nobody ever expected something like COVID-19 to happen. This was totally unprecedented. It was a really trying time for us. And then also the Dubai WOW Awards was planned to happen on the 21st to the 28th of March. And that had to be postponed as well. But on that note about the Dubai WOW Award, Shamila, I'd love to take this opportunity, because I know majority of my ladies that are due to travel with me to Dubai would be watching. And I'd like to take this opportunity to personally thank them. You know, throughout when we announced we're postponing the Dubai WOW Awards, they were so amazing, and they said, yes, we know there's a pandemic, and we know we're ready to travel when everything is normalized again, and taking this opportunity for, you know, for being so patient, for weathering the storm with me. You know, COVID affected and impacted everyone, not just you know, a single few. So I'd like to thank them. It's COVID, the entertainment industry to its knees. Basically, it's brought us to our knees, and dies again very, very fast, because we've got to have our awards this year. We've got to have so many events this year, but it responsibly as well, because we know, you know, we rather have people amidst us alive than not alive.
Absolutely. I think we all new norm. So there's going to be, but at the end of the day, we have to live. You know, we have to carry with our the stuff that we live our lives. Farzana, a powerful woman. What is your message for Women's Month to the women across the globe? You know, it's I've dedicated August on my Red Corner chat to women. What is your message to the women out there?
Okay, so basically my message to any woman that is watching this video currently is, please remember each and every day this month. You shouldn't take a month to dedicate it to yourself, but since we're given this month, each and every morning wake up with the affirmation that what you allow is what will continue. So please allow for yourself to be loved and respected. Please allow for yourself to have that self-respect. Please love yourself enough to go out there and achieve whatever it is that you want. The sky's the limit.
Oh, that's such a wonderful and enlightening message to women out there, Farzana. Thank you so much. I wish you everything of the best in your future endeavors, and continue inspiring our women across the globe and the men as well. And I'm sure we're going to see a lot of you going forward. And it's just amazing with the work that you are doing. I'm going to end off with a quote by Rumi. If all you can do is crawl, start crawling. And I think that it just resonates with everybody out there. You know, believe in the power of now. If you want to go out and do something, go out there and do it, and start now. Those are the key words. If any of you want to get involved in Red Corner Chat, please drop me an email, redcornerchat@gmail.com. Or you can get me on my social media platforms, because we want to hear your stories, because you never know who you're going to touch and inspire and motivate. So until next time, I have a really awe-inspiring warrior queen on Friday, and she's going to share her stories, and you are really going to be taken aback as well, like I was today. So take care. God bless. Love you all.